So Dalton Smith just stopped Subriel Matias in the 5th round to become the WBC super lightweight world champion in a fight that, in the 5 rounds that it went, was a really exciting fight in my opinion. You know how Subriel Matias fights. Subriel Matias can't be in a bad fight. He applies pressure, he walks guys down, he throws punches, but in this case, he was too hittable and Dalton Smith was just landing big shots on him, and ultimately, you can only take so many shots to the head. And the final blow was one that was round the back of the ear, finished Subriel Matias' equilibrium. He couldn't get up and couldn't recover in time, and that was it for him. But Subriel Matias, in my opinion, I don't say he boxed well because he's not defensively good, but he was throwing a lot of punches, landed a lot of big shots, was definitely hurting Dalton Smith. Dalton Smith won this fight, but you look at Dalton Smith at the end of the fight, you see he's bleeding from the ear, bleeding from the nose, bleeding from the eye. Subriel Matias, even if you beat Subriel Matias, he's going to put you through it. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as an easy fight when it comes to Subriel Matias. And, he lost this fight. He's still one of my favourite fighters. He's still one of my favourite fighters to watch. But his lack of movement, his lack of defensive capability will mean that against guys who can punch, he's going to have a serious problem. Against guys who can move, he's going to get outboxed. And against guys who can punch, he's liable to get stopped, right? If you're not a good mover and you're not a great puncher and you're just an okay boxer, Subriel Matias will wipe the floor with you and he'll just put a beating on you, which is what he's done to a lot of people. But Dalton Smith won this fight, and I've hardly even talked about Dalton Smith. Dalton Smith went out there, he started the fight the way he needed to start the fight, threw a lot of punches early. But Subriel Matias, he forces that style on you. Subriel Matias is going to force the pressure. And if you're going to keep him off him, you need to throw a lot of punches. And Dalton Smith did that. He was able to sustain it. Who knows how that fight would have gone if it went past the 5th round? Because Dalton Smith, even though I wouldn't say he was getting tired. I mean, he was getting a bit tired, naturally, you're going to. But just as he looked like he was maybe getting a bit tired and Subriel Matias was building into the fight, Dalton Smith stopped him. So, huge shout out to Dalton Smith, another British world champion, an undefeated British world champion. Eddie Hearn was, super happy. It was, this is like a smash and grab for Eddie Hearn. He's got the WBC world title now. Dalton Smith, another British world champion, a very accomplished amateur, and he boxed quite well here. At times he still showed that he's hittable. On the inside, Subriel Matias was landing, Subriel Matias fights. He's landing a 3, 4, 5 punch combos and looked good. But it was, Dalton Smith was landing those big shots, and come the 5th round, Subriel Matias just couldn't recover in time. Honestly, that was really it. I can't even say it was a bad performance from Subriel Matias, because this is how Subriel Matias fights. The first couple of rounds, they're going to be slow. But I think the 3rd and 4th round, Subriel Matias won. Like I said, Subriel was building into that fight. But Dalton Smith finished him in the 5th round, and that's that. That's all she wrote for Subriel Matias. Dalton Smith's the new world champion. I know a lot of people want the Adam Azim fight. Well, Eddie Hearn mentioned the Adam Azim fight. I don't know if a lot of people want the Adam Azim fight. But it would be the WBC silver champion Adam Azim fighting for the WBC world championship against Dalton Smith if that fight was to take place. Again, that would be a pretty big domestic fight. Because, despite what Eddie Hearn says, Dalton Smith was a big name in the UK, relatively. He sold some tickets in Sheffield, and Adam Azim, he's going to be fighting in the Copper Box. Hopefully he can shift some tickets there. That fight will probably take place up in Sheffield. Dalton Smith v Adam Azim, if that fight takes place. Adam Azim's a good boxer, though. He's defensively a lot trickier than Subriel Matias, obviously. Subriel Matias is there to be hit all the time. Whereas Adam Azim is far from that. Adam Azim's a lot more elusive, a lot more defensively sound, more dynamic, has a wider arsenal of offense as well, can hit you from different angles, whereas Subriel Matias is a pressure combination puncher. It's just great to watch. I'm not dissing Subriel Matias, but there's different styles. Styles make fights, right? So Smith v Adam Azim would be an interesting fight for me, but huge congrats to Dalton Smith for winning the world championship, and I'm interested to see who he fights next. And I am interested in seeing who Subriel Matias fights next, because of course, like I said, Subriel's never in a bad fight. There's no such thing as a bad Subriel Matias fight. Even this fight, he got stopped. It wasn't a bad fight. It was an exciting fight, in my opinion. Hopefully Subriel's not out for too much longer. And I was seeing tweets, people saying that they're concerned about Subriel Matias' post-fight career because he gets hit so much. It is what it is. Ultimately, this is the fight game. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, you get hit in the face a lot, and if you don't move your head, you don't move your feet, you're gonna get hit in the head. Subriel Matias seems to have seems to be willing to pay that price, so he's gonna carry on doing it. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the fight in the comments below. Do you think Dalton Smith should fight Adam Azim next? And who do you think Subriel Matias should fight next in the comeback fight? Let me know in the comments below. Another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag, and I'm out. Peace.